Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy Forrester and Liam Spencer were teased close to a reunion on The Bold and the Beautiful, until Jacqueline Massins Wood had to exit for her maternity leave. But the show must go on, and Scott Clifton's character is going to need a shoulder to cry on now more than ever. Thank gosh for Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Is there a Lope reunion in the works on Bold and Beautiful? This week on the CBS soap opera, Dr. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, will force Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, to confess to her cancer scam. Here's the thing, we don't know how far she went to con the Spencer family out of $1 million. Dr. Buckingham's confession could go one of two ways. Did Liam Spencer never have cancer? Grace could have convinced him he was dying so that Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, would pay her to save him. It could be revealed that Liam is perfectly healthy and never had cancer. Or it could be the latter, Liam is still dying and Grace didn't actually remove the tumor. According to Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, this week Hope Logan will sit with Liam Spencer while he receives the shocking news that he was scammed. We will have to wait and see what Liam's prognosis is. Even if he is healthy as a horse, he will need someone to help him cope with the shocking news. And if he is still dying, he will need someone to spend his final days with. Regardless of how it pans out, B&B spoilers say Hope will be by Liam's side every step of the way. Is there a Lope reunion in the works? What about Carter Walton, Lawrence Street Victor? For years, the tangled web between Liam Spencer, Steffy Forrester, and Hope Logan has been the show's emotional engine, a roller coaster of weddings, annulments, heartbreaks, and tearful reunions. But the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that we may be witnessing one of the most unexpected turning points in the entire triangle's history. Steffy Forrester, the fierce, confident woman who's fought for Liam's heart on and off for over a decade, may have just made the move that places him firmly back in Hope's arms, and not even realize it. This isn't a simple case of stepping aside or doing the noble thing. It's a combination of arrogance, misplaced loyalty, and a deeply personal blind spot, all wrapped up in a single choice that will ripple through the lives of almost every character in the coming weeks. Steffy's focus shifts, and Liam slips away. Steffy has been on a warpath lately, channeling nearly all of her energy into confronting threats to her marriage with Finn. Sheila Carter's never-ending presence looms over her like a dark cloud, and Steffy's relentless push to control every variable has made her increasingly single-minded. But here's the problem, in doing so, she's taken her eyes completely off Liam. Now that might sound harmless, after all, she's happily married to Finn, and Liam's supposed to be part of her past, right? Wrong. In soap world, history and supposed to are meaningless. Liam has been hovering on the periphery of Steffy's drama, watching her battles with Finn, Sheila, and even her brother Thomas. And every time Steffy makes a cutting remark about Hope, she widens the gap between herself and Liam, and gives Hope an opening. Hope's recent struggles, and the quiet power move. Hope Logan has had a rough few months. Her complicated entanglement with Thomas Forrester blew up spectacularly, leaving her not only heartbroken, but also the subject of endless gossip at Forrester Creations. She's been painted as impulsive, naive, and reckless, but if anyone thinks Hope is down for the count, they're underestimating her. While Steffy's been busy waging emotional warfare on Finn's behalf, Hope has quietly been rebuilding her image, and more importantly, reconnecting with Liam. Co-parenting has been their safe zone, the one place they can talk without judgment. Every time Steffy sends Liam away with a dismissive comment or condescending tone, Hope is there with a warm smile and a thank you for his support. Soap history tells us that these little moments matter. They plant seeds, and Steffy, she's been watering Hope's garden without realizing it. The catalyst, one conversation too many. The spoilers hint that the turning point comes in the form of a tense confrontation, not between Hope and Liam, but between Steffy and Hope. In a charged scene at Forrester Creations, Steffy allegedly warns Hope to stay in her lane and keep her distance from Liam, accusing her of trying to worm her way back into his life under the guise of co-parenting. It's vintage Steffy, smug, territorial, and sure of her moral high ground. But what she doesn't realize is that Liam walks in halfway through the conversation. And when he hears Steffy essentially accusing Hope of manipulation, something shifts. Instead of seeing Steffy as the loyal, protective friend she imagines herself to be, Liam sees someone trying to dictate who he can care about and how. Liam's perspective finally changes. Liam's greatest flaw has always been indecision. He's ping-ponged between Hope and Steffy for years, often using whichever one wasn't with him as his emotional safety net. But this time feels different. He's been stung by Steffi's assumptions and worn out by her constant battles with Finn and Sheila. More importantly, he's realizing that Hope's approach, gentle, open, and non-judgmental, is a safe harbor compared to Steffi's storm. It's not about passion right now. It's about peace, and Liam is finally beginning to see which woman offers that. Hope's accidental win. Here's where the irony kicks in. Hope isn't actively chasing Liam. She's not plotting seductions or pulling stunts to get his attention. In fact, part of her is wary of falling into old patterns. But Steffi's combative stance is doing all the work for her. Every time Steffy warns Liam about Hope, it triggers his natural instinct to defend her. And that instinct, in turn, draws him closer to her. The more Steffy tries to close the door on a possible Lope reunion, the more she inadvertently leaves it wide open. The ripple effect across the canvas. This shift won't just affect the triangle. It has the potential to rock several other storylines. Finn may start to notice that Steffy's obsession with controlling Liam's interactions with Hope is distracting her from their marriage. That insecurity could create an opening for Sheila, something Finn will fight like hell to prevent. Thomas won't be thrilled to hear that Liam is inching back toward Hope. His own feelings for her may have cooled since their fallout, but his ego won't handle the idea that she's returning to a man who's hurt her repeatedly. Brooke will see this as a victory, but possibly one she has to manage carefully. She knows better than anyone that Liam's patterns can't be trusted, and she might actually encourage Hope to take it slow. Bill could step into the drama if he sees Liam heading into dangerous emotional territory. Whether that means supporting him or giving him a stern reality check remains to be seen. Why Steffy may not see the trap she's set. Steffi's blind spot here is enormous. She genuinely believes she's protecting her marriage and family by controlling the Liam/Hope dynamic. But her unwillingness to see how her own behavior comes across is her downfall. In her mind, Liam should naturally side with her, even when she's being controlling or critical. But Liam's history with Steffy is peppered with moments where her need to win cost them their connection. This feels like another one of those moments, except this time, Hope isn't scheming to exploit it. She's just there. And sometimes, just being there is all it takes. Possible next steps in the storyline. Spoilers suggest we may soon see a late-night heart-to-heart. Liam stops by Hope's cabin after a particularly tense day with Steffy, venting about her behavior. This could mark the first real emotional crack in the Steffy/Liam friendship facade. A co-parenting accident. A family day for the kids turns into a surprisingly intimate moment for Hope and Liam when Steffy bails due to a crisis with Finn. Steffy's growing suspicion. Once Steffy realizes Liam is spending more time at the cabin, her competitive streak will ignite, which, ironically, will only push him further toward Hope. The big misstep. Steffy may confront Hope in front of Liam again, possibly saying something so cutting that Liam can't unhear it. Why fans are torn. Some viewers are thrilled at the idea of a Lope revival, citing their shared history, emotional connection, and calmer dynamic. Others feel it's a tired retread and would rather see Hope move on entirely, perhaps even towards someone unexpected. But love triangles are the bold and the beautiful's bread and butter. And this one has the added spice of Steffy essentially sabotaging herself. something we haven't seen quite like this before. The long game. Could this break Steffi and Finn? Here's where it gets even juicier. If Steffi becomes so wrapped up in protecting Liam from Hope, Finn may begin to question her feelings. Is she really over Liam? Or is there a part of her that still sees him as hers to manage? If Finn's trust wavers, it could leave Steffi vulnerable, not just to losing her marriage, but to losing her image as the grounded, committed woman she's worked so hard to become. Final thoughts. Whether you're Team Steffi, Team Hope, or just Team Popcorn, there's no denying that this twist has the potential to reignite one of the soap's most enduring rivalries. Steffi thinks she's in control. She thinks she's setting boundaries and defending her turf. But in reality, she's gift-wrapping Liam's heart and placing it right into Hope's hands. And the best part? By the time she realizes it, it might be too late. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our BOLD and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.